Hi everybody, I'm Leka Devatha from Rehabit Homes and welcome to my underwriting series. So over the years, I have learned that in real estate investing, money is made when the property is bought, not when it's sold. The more thoroughly you will learn to analyze and investigate your deals, the more success you're gonna have as you start investing in bigger and higher and better deals. I'm going to walk you through how to analyze your real estate deals even if you're a brand new investor. This should be pretty easy to follow. So without deal analysis, you're walking into a property kind of blind, without any knowledge on appreciation, cash flow, renovations needed, timelines, and other metrics that help you decide whether or not this is a good deal for you. Over the years, some of the best deals that I've done are the deals that I walked away from. So deal analysis starts with three important factors: price, comparable rents, taxes, and whether or not the home will need renovations. The more accurate your deal analysis is, the less you'll be over budget. The trick is to get so good at underwriting deals that you can do it on the spot when you come across a great deal. Now, here are a few quick tips for underwriting all kinds of deals. I'm going to go into depth in all of these in my subsequent videos, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and look out for those. So first of all, get really good at comping properties. That is the key to all of this, right? You can either use brokers in your area that have access to the multiple listing service, or just use a free website like Zillow or Redfin, which is what I use to comp properties. But the main thing to understand is how to comp like for like properties so that they're apples to apples and you're not comping a piece of land with a townhome. If you find comps that are similar in square feet, bed and bath count in the same neighborhood, those make a great comparable to your subject properties. And it helps you come up with the right ARV. Okay, so for flips, my rule of thumb to find deals for flips is they have to be 70% of the ARV. So the purchase price of a deal has to be about 70% of the final ARV that you come up with after you've comped the properties. Once you know your ARV, put together a scope. You walk in, you say, okay, what am I going to do to this property to come up to that ARV price? Is it opening the floor plan, adding beds and baths? So what is that scope and what does that look like? Then what you have to do is walk the property with your contractor and estimate that scope. Come up with a bid. And I've done this over and over and over, like hundreds of times, to now be able to walk into a property and say, okay, this is what my scope is going to cost me. So get really good at estimating rehab budgets. Next, and most importantly, learn how to finance your deals. I typically use a hard money lender or a private money lender for my short-term flips. These are mostly interest only and can range from 8 to 12%. Next, calculate your holding costs and your transaction costs. And these include your real estate commissions, your utilities, your property taxes, and your insurance. I've got a super cool rehab calculator linked below. This is a really great tool for you to do a good desktop analysis of a rehab. So go check it out. Next, we're going to go into underwriting a BRRRR deal and what that looks like. So what is a BRRRR? It is the best kind of deal and one of my favorites. It is a deal that you buy, you renovate, you rent, refinance, and then you repeat the process. The beauty of a BRRRR is that you can use this for any type of asset, big or small. My rule of thumb for a BRRRR is to find deals priced at 65% of the ARV. So BRRRRs are very similar to underwrite as a fix and flip, except once the rehab is completed, instead of selling the property, you're going to rent it out and then refinance it. So what makes a BRRRR great is that you can actually do a cash out refinance, meaning that you can get a mortgage to pay off all of your debt and hold the properties for cash flow and for appreciation, creating infinite returns because you have none of your cash in the property. Pretty slick. Third, we're going to talk about wholesales. What is a wholesale? It is a deal that I find and can assign to someone else for an assignment fee. My rule of thumb for finding wholesales is that they have to be 15% of the ARV. Now let's talk about underwriting multifamily deals. It can be quite different than single family. Income is the greatest driver of a good multifamily deal, but it is super important to understand all the different metrics, the key metrics that make a multifamily deal. Cap rate, vacancy, income and expense, capital expenditure, I'm going to go into all of these in my multifamily underwriting video, so watch out for that. Now that you know how to underwrite a deal, there are essentially 4 ways to finance it. First is a conventional bank loan. What are conventional loans? Loans that are backed by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, that are not government backed. They're not an FHA, VA, or a USDA loan. They're typically pretty difficult to underwrite because they take into account your credit score and your credit history. They are the least expensive loans that you can find today. Also, conventional loans don't typically work for distressed properties, but they're great when the property has been rehabilitated or for a 2 to 4 unit BRRRR that has already been fixed up and rented. Second is a hard money or a portfolio loan. These loans are mostly asset backed. They have a higher interest rate than a conventional loan and are much easier to acquire. Hard money is perfect for those short-term fix and flips, and portfolio loans are great for investors that have multiple assets under their belt. Third is a private money loan. Private money loans are loans from one individual to another. The source of most private money loans is typically your friends and family. If you don't have friends or family to invest in your deals, a great way that I have found my private lenders is by networking with the local community, going to those real estate meetups, going to those real estate events, finding like-minded people that maybe don't have the time to invest themselves and want to invest with you. Now, there are strict SEC guidelines, so watch out for those and understand them before you start raising private money. The fourth kind of financing is a HELOC. It's a home equity line of credit. HELOCs allow homeowners to borrow against the equity in their homes. In most cases, it's possible to borrow up to 80% of the equity in your home. What's great about a HELOC is you can use these funds as needed to acquire, rehab, repair any investment property. Now, each lender and type of financing will come with various requirements. Private lenders might simply require a relationship with the borrower. Hard money lenders evaluate the quality of the deal and the investor's track record above all else. Home equity loans, conventional loans, and HELOCs have much stricter requirements and guidelines on income and personal credit worthiness. So, a little bit harder to acquire, but much better rates compared to a hard money or even a portfolio loan. All right, so that was the basics of underwriting and also financing. So leave a comment below and ask me whatever questions you have, and I'm going to try to get to them as quickly as possible. Also, follow me on Instagram at Leka Devatha and subscribe to this channel because we have some great content coming your way. Thank you and see you on the next one.